And hello, Facebook world, and to all of you who may be watching this on another part of social media world. For those who wish to share, I appreciate that you do. If you share this on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, I appreciate you for it. You know, this is Big Meach, and you're dishing tea with Big Meach on Facebook Live. And currently, honey, I'm coming to you in the car. I'm with one of my children, and we're out and about having a little piece of time. And I'm enjoying the day off. Ha ha ha. So today, what I wanted to discuss with you real briefly. Yeah, I know I say that, and I have a gift of gab. Talking is a hobby. So, yeah, we're going to try to do this in 20 minutes or less. Okay. But what I want to talk with you about real briefly is this whole thing that has struck a chord with me. I was listening to this video on YouTube. I can't think of the girl's name. However, the information that she was giving was very wonderful. No, not the Juanita thing. That's coming up in a minute. Hi, Donna. What is it, Donna? No, that is Donna. Okay, hi, Donna Davis. Good afternoon to you as well, my sugar, and to everyone else. Corey Thomas. Good afternoon to you. What she said in this was this whole thing about the housing projects and carrying on, and gentrification, and how here specifically in Atlanta, she was saying about how the whole idea with apartment fees and the application fees and all that kind of stuff. She was talking really cute about how we need to pay attention to that, how the great big huge racket and blase smacking. Fine. What made me, he was cute. What made me want to jump on her bandwagon was because, of course, she kept saying, go research it because the receipts are out there. If you research this, if you look for this, if you look for that, don't just take me at my word. And anytime I get someone who does that, most of the time I tend to accept what their knowledge about this is because they're saying, don't just take me at my word, go research it, okay? And then they would give sources, okay, go find here if you look for this, okay, if you were to go to this book here, you will find, and that kind of thing. And she did that. Now, what she did also, which brought me pause, was she got to bringing up this whole thing about the LGBT community and how the LGBT community, particularly black gay men, are being used as part of the ploy with this whole gentrification program. Okay, Jaleesa King, hey there, my darling. What's going on, Miss Coco? In the house. Thanks, baby, for joining us. When what she said brought me pause because I am really getting fed up with this whole idea that there is a fight between the black fight, and civil rights and everything, and it's become this black versus gay thing, okay? And so my question to you as the populace becomes, why is it that we have to have a black versus gay fight? What the hell is the fight? If gentrification is about folks coming in and reclaiming these lands and carrying on, going into, particularly into urban communities and, siphon up all the land and taking back this and taking back that. Basically, it's about the rich smoozing out the poor people, okay? This is a rich versus poor thing. This has nothing to do with black versus gay and this, that, and the other. However, every time we have these conscious children come to the forefront, the conscious children always want to say that it is a gay thing because you are upset that the LGBT community has gotten has gotten some fortitude, has gotten some leverage, has been able to pull some political strings to get some things done. Hold on for a minute. I just got somebody. Miss Girl, what's up, big fella? Miss you, man. When you start driving, I'm going to come check on you, check you out in the same spot. Yeah, I am in the same spot. I love you, man. Always spread knowledge. I love that about you. You're so amazing. Oh, bless you. Bless you, TT, baby. How you doing, girl? I have not seen, we got to catch up for real. We really got to catch up for real. Okay, but let me get back onto this real nicely, because I really want us to, if we can remove the idea of the gay plight in this, if we could just remove it and remove the semantics out of all of that, okay? Because yes, the LGBT organization or the group has a different itinerary than the black community or whatever, even though oppression is oppression is oppression. Oppressed people are going to fight for what it is that they need. Women are oppressed. You see that we have this thing all the time where women are still fighting for equality. They're still fighting for the right to be paid the same and this, that, and the other. But we don't hear this particular kind of banter between the black community and women. We don't hear that. It's always about every time the gay community take its strides or have done something, it has always become this whole black thing against gay thing. Now, the girl said in her video that what the fuck is a gay mafia? Somebody please explain that to me. Because she says that there is this whole gay mafia thing out here that a straight black man can't get the job, okay, or cannot go to these particular companies. But the companies will hire the effeminate black man so that they can have someone that they can tool and mold and shape and use them as a tool in this whole fight for gentrification. I find that to be a crock of shit, okay? And the reason why I say that so passionately is because, sweetheart, listen, a black man in this society, period, is the most dangerous asset that the world has. The reason why is because our Caucasian counterparts underestimate us and our own deny us, okay? Plus, we ourselves have not tapped into our own power. We have not tapped into our own greatness because we have been identified by somebody else. We have allowed other stereotypes. We have allowed other definitions. We have allowed other quantifiers to sit down there and to define who we are. As a gay black man who is not the most masculine, mind you, okay, I have to work damn hard to make sure that my voice is heard. So them hiring gay men or whatever, as far as this agenda or whatever, Miss Thing, I don't get where she's coming with that. Okay, I don't get it. So if anybody, if you have knowledge about it, give me the receipts. Show me what it is that you're talking about. Let's prove what you say has some validity, so that we can sit down there and isolate that and find out how to combat it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you something. I really starting to believe that part of the reason why we have this black versus gay thing is because our Caucasian counterparts in the struggle, they're the ones who have a lot of momentum. Our white gay children are very political. They know how to organize rapidly and effervescently. They are very efficient in their organizing. They are relentless. And you know, I told y'all a couple of videos back, you know, one of the things about our culture is that what I disagree about the LGBT plight is that we have made it so people cannot have an opinion anymore, okay? People are not allowed to speak their minds because we were the first ones to jump on this bandwagon of, oh, that's hate speech, oh, that's inappropriate, oh, you are spreading this, that, and the other. And it has become such a moniker now to where everybody has jumped on that bandwagon and everything has become so politically correct and this, that, and the other. Now, this is not to say that folks, you know, don't say some hateful shit. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is the LGBT community has forged the way to where when people speak their minds and speaking their truth of what they believe to be their truth, or to have their own opinions about something, If it goes against the grain, honey, then the LGBT children want to sit up there and want to call it hate speech and this, that, and the other. And that has now become a plateau that the world now, everybody's on this whole particular thing of, oh, we have to do this, and quick to sue somebody or quick to call something hate speech, when really it isn't. We get on the church all the time, honey. The church has been the church forever. So if they sit down there and sit up there and say, I don't want to marry no gay folks because God said Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Bitch, they've been saying that forever. So what in that says hate? They've been saying that forever. So now all of a sudden, because we got a platform or whatever, now it becomes, oh, it's hate speech. Fuck all that. That there, we cannot change how a person believes. If this is what their belief is, we cannot change them like we keep telling them they can't change our minds. It don't go one way, sugar. We got to, if you're going to throw a punch, you got to take one. You understand? If this is going to be a fight, and you know you fighting, bitch, you know damn well somebody gonna knock you back. If you throw a punch, bitch, you better be ready to take one. So all this that we have, it has become a plateau that really is unnecessary because it takes away from the goal. If gentrification is what we're fighting against, trying to make sure that we do not lose our homes, we do not lose our land, we do not lose our place, you know, and I want you to hear me carefully, because I'm not saying that we're supposed to just sit down there and stick up for the hood, because the hood ain't did shit for nobody. You understand? What I'm saying is, if this is where your property is, if this is where the community, okay, the hood is the hood because we've allowed the hood to be. You understand? We can always make the hood be something better, because how come it got to be the hood and not the neighborhood? How about that one? Okay. Yeah. How come we always got to represent all the ghetto-ness of nothing? Okay. When we could sit down there. Remember back when we were kids and Mrs. Williams down the street made you stay off her grass? Get off my grass. Get off my grass. Remember all those days when you had to sit down there and mow the lawn, when kids could sit down there and get a hustle to go rake somebody's leaves or whatever because we took pride in the land? If we did that to the communities, honey, they would be communities and no longer the hood. You see what I'm saying? So with the gentrification process that they trying to exit us out, because let's be honest, we really haven't taken care of the property, children. We have not taken care of it. So when they see what they call blight properties, because we done let the drug dealers come in there and tear the shit down, the crackheads that came up in there and stole all the copper pipes and stuff off the houses and things. We have let them come in and just destroy the community. So now the children with the coin are like, okay, you know what? Let's go up in here and buy all this out. We'll buy it out, gut it out, and then do redevelopment. So you know you ain't got no coin for the redevelopment, child. So they go do what they need to do to X you out. Okay? So in Xing you out of the equation, now it becomes, okay, what do we do? Where do we go? How do we survive? You see what I'm saying? So if the plight is gentrification, there's a myriad of things that we have to do to get on board. We have to start with learning how to take care of what's ours. Now, for those of you who are not the greatest housekeepers like me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the greatest housekeeper because I don't have to be. It's just me, okay? But when I have company, trust me, I know how to get it together. Mama didn't raise no fool. I know Spick and Span, I know Common, I know Ajax, I know Pine Saw and Bleach, okay? So, and we know how to do floorboards and all that kind of shit too, when it's necessary, okay? But my point is, it has to be necessary. It has to become a part of the itinerary. We have to learn how to take care of our things so that they see that we know what we're doing. For those of you who are on Section 8 and public assistance and this, that, and the other, don't let that define you. Whatever happened to fake it till you make it? Remember how back in the day, it wasn't about letting everybody know you had those kind of programs or whatever, because hell, if you lived in the house and you was only paying $17, $18 a month for rent, bitch, your ears should be meeting like a motherfucker. Okay, there should be no reason why you behind on the damn rent, because you ain't got shit to pay. So why is it that we're not taking care of responsibilities? Why is it that we have allowed these particular programs to have such a bad name, and then when we hear gentrification happening, now we want to sit down there and say, oh, here come the white man coming to take our shit. No, sweetie, you've given it to them in some regards because you're not taking care of what you got. How about that? How about that? Sure. Okay. Now, let's start there. If we start to take care of the stuff that we have, okay, then we have to mobilize, honey. We've got to galvanize, and I know this is a cliche. I said this on the radio show. Are we a big old cliche? But we've got to galvanize, and we've got to do this together. We've got to put this fight together. Honey, y'all saw Wonder Woman, okay? Y'all saw when they came on Paradise Island, honey. Diana didn't fight by her damn self, honey. All them Amazons came out there to whoop ass, didn't they? All of them came out there to whoop ass. Why? Because that was their home. So if this is home, honey, then we got to do everything we need to do to protect it, to fight for it, to stand up for it, to sit down there and say, you're not going to take this from us. We got to get involved in the political process. We got to know the laws. We got to know exactly how they're coming for it. You got to know who owned the property. How many of y'all living in houses, honey, you think your landlord is the landlord, and then you found out he really ain't? Because it's a management company that owns it or whatever. Okay, or the management company has become so much of the face to where that's all you know is the management company and don't know the owner of the institution. Like my apartment building, for instance. Let's take that. Okay, I've been trying to find the owners, and I've been told that we do have an owner, but my complex, Ventron Management, honey, has been the sole proprietor, so it seems, to where they won't even give us the information of who the owners are. You see, because everything is going through them. So in that regard, you know, we have to become diligent in understanding what this is. But once we do that and get on board, then we're able to fight for what we say is ours, so that we can have a strong hold, a strong leadership, a strong togetherness, you know, so that we can be a force to be reckoned with. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, all of this that's happening is going to continue to happen. Now, look at all of the cities that gentrification is taking place in. You know, here in Atlanta, y'all know Chicago is finna get hit big time because of all the violence and stuff up in there. Folks are scared to do anything with Chicago, but at the same time, it's the perfect time to do it because they could get everybody out. If they raise the prices and buy this and buy that up and take away all the projects and stuff, and what used to be the projects that became high-rise condominiums, which condos ain't nothing but just expensive projects, to tell the truth, okay, then what's going to happen? Okay, Chicago would then, you know, it'll flourish again and carry on. My hometown, Detroit is on the uprise. You know, the developers are coming up in there buying all that particular property. I swear to you, if I had coin, God, if I had the coin, I would go up in there. I could buy a city block. They giving that stuff away. They giving it away. What, $1,000 for a damn house? Now, yeah, it's a fixer-upper, but hell, you sit up there and buy a city block of houses, may have, what, 8, 9 houses on it now? You talking about $10,000 worth of an investment, and you got a whole fucking block. Gut that motherfucker out and then rebuild? And you got your own estate? What? Yes. So those are the kind of things that we have to look into. But then, let's go back to the point that I'm making, black versus gay. Why is it that we do not see that the gay children, honey, are part of the equation? Now, especially when we talking black versus gay, what about the black gay children? Where do we fit in? Because if the fight becomes, now we got to fight everybody. Because the black children don't want to be bothered, because you sitting up there saying we got the nerve to say that the civil rights movement and the gay rights movement is the same thing. When I can't change my skin color, but you can stop all that gay shit. Honey, I'm black and I'm gay, and I'm telling you, it's the same motherfucking thing. And the reason why it's different, or you don't like it being said, is because it's our white counterparts that say it all the time. Because the white children are the ones that say that the gay movement and the civil rights movement is one and the same. Well, I don't like calling it the gay movement because it ain't the gay movement. It's the human rights movement. and the civil rights movement. They are one and the same. But what makes it worse for me as a black gay man is the fact that I got to fight both sides. I got to fight these motherfuckers because the white children don't want to put us in the equation. They use us for the numbers to get all the funding and carrying on, but then they don't want to trickle the money down so that we could be a part of the equation. And then we got to fight you black motherfuckers because y'all want to keep throwing the church up in our face and carrying on, and then tell us how much we ain't supposed to be at the damn table because we ain't got no babies and we don't do this and we don't do that, and oh, God gonna smack you, and all that old crazy ass shit. Well, it's all the same because oppression is oppression is oppression. Point blank. Now, I commented on Miss Thing's YouTube page, okay, and I told her that this particular plight sounds similar to the plight that we had. Remember affirmative action? We don't hear about that a lot nowadays, but it's still in existence. But right at the beginning of affirmative action, this is the same argument that caused black men and black women to fight because it became internalized. Black men got upset because they couldn't get the jobs because now affirmative action was the whole quota filling thing. Companies could not discriminate based on, race and ethnicity and gender and this, that, and the other. So in order to fulfill their quote unquote quotas, instead of hiring a black man and a black woman or whatever, they hired the black female because now you have your African American or Native American of African descent, and you had your woman at the same time. So it X'd out the black man. Okay, so then all of that became internal. Y'all seen the damn movies that carried on. Y'all seen Claudine. Y'all seen all the other different movies that carried on to where the man trying to go to work, he feels though he's less of a man because he can't work or whatever, because the woman done got it. Y'all seen Good Times when James got mad because Florida was making more money than he was. The fuck is that? The money coming in the house, but you mad because you ate the bread with her. Okay? And all that crazy ass shit. A man can't be a man and blah, blah. Honey, are you working? Am I working? Let's make this together. But because my daddy went through that shit with my mama, because she was making more money than him, he had his nuts all crushed up in the damn nutcracker because he felt like he was less of a man. And it took away from what the goal was. The goal was, let's build this shit so we can get the family together. But no, we done sat there and twisted it and carrying on. And then we got our panties in a bunch. And then the children weren't able to move forward. And so now we have what? We got a lot of single parent homes. Remember welfare, ADC and carrying on. That shit came completely to destroy the family because it's very funny that a black man could not be in the house with his black woman. But it hit me today as I was in the Kroger just a few moments ago. There was an interracial couple there. Miss Thing had her WIC coupons. WIC, okay? A white woman with her black man and they mulatto child. Now, I ain't shading on that, honey, because love is love. But the point of the matter is, this bitch getting WIC and she still got a man in the house. Okay? She got a black man in the house. How about that? Now, a black woman couldn't have done the same thing and still can't. Clock it. Now, a white woman can. A white woman, she could get on food stamps and all the other programs with her husband. Yes, she can. I've seen it happen too many times. And I've watched it. I've been out to social service offices, working security in the offices, and the children come in there together with the kids. Okay, as a family unit, honey. And said that because they paid taxes or whatever, and he lost his job or whatever the case is, he's able to come in as head of the household. And so much so to where the shit was coming in his name. It didn't come in hers, it came in his because he was the father and the head of the household. How about that? So, saying all that, we have allowed ourselves to a part of the fight that is irrelevant. This has nothing to do with nothing outside of saying that you disagree with LGBT or that you disagree with whatever it is that you want to disagree with. It's irrelevant. That there becomes a point of question and it's personal. So what we have to do, children, let's go to the table and remember what we're fighting for. And remember that everybody's voice is needed at the table, because there's so many different nuances to us. We are a plethora of people. Okay, within the black community, within the people of color community. Our community is so diverse within itself to where we need everybody to be represented. And it's not going to take one answer or one solution. It takes a myriad of solutions, because not one thing is going to work for everybody. So while this is working over here for them, we can put this together to work for this. We can put this together to work for here. We can put this together for the straight children. We can put this together for the gay children. Put this together for the bi children. The trans children are over here. You see what I'm saying? Because it all has to work, and it all has to come together for the common good. And the common good is we are fighting for our survival here. We're fighting for our voice here. We're fighting to make sure that we are seen, heard, appreciated, and that we apply everything. You see what I'm saying? So okay, wait a minute. I got comments, and I haven't been seeing the comments. Oh, cuz I'm going to speak my mind. I love you, but I don't like that punk shit. So fuck what you talking about. Tony, fuck you back. Now that's my cousin. This ain't got shit to do with the punk shit, and this is what the fuck I'm talking about. You ain't got to like it, motherfucker. This ain't got shit to do with nothing. Me being gay ain't got nothing to do with how the fuck you put shit on your motherfucking table, nigga. So shit, fuck that. Understand what the fuck it is I'm trying to say. That's why we so busy fighting the carrot. No, you so busy worried about who the fuck I'm fucking. Worry about your goddamn dick. Shit. What the fuck you fucking? Am I in your bedroom or whatever? No, because it ain't got shit to do with nothing. Fuck all that. Put that shit on the back burner. We talking about trying to save a goddamn house. And save the community. Save all that shit. All that's motherfucking bullshit. But you're right to your opinion. I love you for it. Let's see. Vince, I draw the line at using words like faggot, sissy, bulldogger, punk, etc. in the pulpit. That is hate. Okay? It is hate. We all draw a line, because we have to stand up for what it is. You govern yourself according to what you govern yourself by. You understand? And that there is cute. But at the same time, you have your voice to speak. And you have your voice to sit down there and to disagree. At the same time, we have to learn how to disagree without being disagreeable, number one. And number two, we have to learn how to let folks be where they are. You just heard me cuss my cousin out. But at the same time, that's how he feel. I can't fuck with how he feel, because that's just how he is. At the same time, open up your ears. We all have to learn how to expand our knowledge. You ain't got to agree with me, but goddamn it, at least understand that I'm at the table. You see what I'm saying? You can't ignore the fact that I'm not there. And if this ain't your shit, it ain't your shit. Just like I don't deal with drug dealers. I don't deal with dope dealers. I don't deal with motherfuckers who smoke coke. I don't deal with motherfuckers who smoke crack and all that stuff. That there, no. What? No, I don't. So, but at the same time, I can't sit down there and say they don't exist and they're not part of the program or whatever, or they're not part of the equation. You see what I'm saying? If we gonna say that we are down for the people, we have to be down for the people, whether we like them or not. We got to do it because everybody is involved. Okay? Dominic, you said, well, baby, I just said that to my neighbor. Just say that. Okay. Oppression is oppression. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I was just getting ready to talk about that topic on being black and gay in America. Miko, we need more conversation. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Orlando, you say it exists because of the church. You know what? A lot of it does. Here in our community, particularly, I'm talking about the black folks, because, yeah, the church has been that stifling passion mark. You know what I'm saying? Everything has come through the church. Everything, including a lot of what we consider to be masculine, or a lot of what we consider to be feminine. All that has been defined by what the church say is supposed to happen. Remember back in the day when women weren't supposed to wear pants and carrying on? It was against God's will for a woman to wear pants. Okay, she couldn't wear pants. She can't wear makeup. She got to come to church with something on her head, covering her head. And this, that, and the other. She was supposed to be silent. A woman wasn't supposed to be in the pulpit. A woman wasn't supposed. That came from the church. That didn't come from nowhere. That came from the motherfucking church. So the church has always been a part of our community. And then when the women's rights came along, then all of a sudden it became this kind of upset or whatever. But here's what's funny about it, because the church has always been woman centered, just ran by a man. It's always been more women in the church than the men, but yet the man's supposed to be the head of the house and this, that, and the other. Yes, okay. So that's what we have going on here, and oftentimes, that's what the catalyst is. That's what a lot of this misconstruing comes from, because folks get upset and like I said, we take our eye off the prize because we get caught up and boggled down by the menial stuff. Okay, so you disagree with this. Why are you putting all your concentration on what you disagree with versus we got 10 points, and you so busy worried about the 1 point you disagree with, to where the other 9 that you could be taking all that energy to focus on, we done let it slide by. We done let it slide by, and then nothing gets done because we so busy fighting about the 1 point that has nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with nothing. Just like I just told my cousin, listen, and this is my first cousin. This is my daddy's sister's son, my first cousin. Okay, I'm 3 weeks older than him, my first cousin. Okay, me being gay, or that punk shit as he called it, ain't got shit to do with Shinola. Okay, what we trying to do is, nigga, if you ain't over in my house watching who the hell I'm bringing in and out of my bedroom, that ain't got shit to do with you. As long as I'm not telling you where you putting your dick, it ain't got shit to do with you. What I'm trying to make sure you do, because he has children, is to make sure you still got a fucking house. It's to make sure your children got good schools to go to. It's to make sure your car don't get broke into in the community. That's what we talking about. That's the shit. That's the shit that's important. Not who the fuck I'm fucking, because nigga shit, you ain't paying the bill. You ain't you ain't even hooked me up with a piece of ass. So what the fuck is this? Okay? So hell, you see what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with nothing. And we get caught up in that instead of facing what it is we need to face. And that is, take this shit and go and head out there. Because I'm gonna tell you, just like folks got mad at the government when they got rid of don't ask, don't tell or whatever, because it ain't got nothing to do. When we out here on the battlefield, as long as we say we on the same side, then my goal is to make sure that we get across to the finish line. We both shooting at the same motherfucking enemy, because we both getting back home to who we say we love. While we sit up here in the same green uniform, goddamn, we on the same team. Who the fuck we fucking ain't got shit to do with nothing. Bullets are flying. So in other words, because I'm gay, I'm supposed to get hit with the gay bullets. Because it's punk shit. It's fag shit. Okay. Right. Okay. 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 So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. But so I'm going to get ready to close, because we done got here to the villa and I got to do a couple of things. But wait a minute. Somebody said I can understand why. Wait a minute. Daryl, I can't understand why it's still a fight. It's 2017. Some need to get over it, because black gays have always existed and always will. So if the black community wants to save the community, it must, wait a minute, it says Seymour, it must include us as black gays, period. Right, you gonna make me shout and backflip and kiss Jesus in the lips. Right there, baby. Right there. We have all been here from the test of time, sugar. Listen, everybody got an Uncle Peaches, honey. Everybody got an Uncle Peaches. Okay? We all got an Uncle Peaches and an Auntie Pookie some damn well. Okay? Who was a stud.
Or Auntie Uncle.
Okay? Or an ankle. Okay? Or Uncle T. Okay? Or whatever. We all got it, because we were the ones taking care of the kids. We were the ones that was always there. We were the ones that sat down there and got everything fabulous. We were the ones that got the easy bake oven and learned how to bake the cakes and carry. Now, we were the ones that kept everything colorful. We were the ones that kept your dirty ass secrets. We were the ones that did your laundry. We were the ones that sat up there and did all. We was always there. We always been there. Now, the thing of it is that part of us, what our culture has become accustomed to, is that black men men have this thing with the masculinity. They don't like to see the snap queens and the sissies, okay, and the effeminate parts of our community. But those are the ones you only will accept, because as long as you can point and say, oh, that's gay, then you cool, so you can feel as though it emasculates you, honey, so you can feel as though you better than. But when you got the regular everyday Joe that sit down there, that shoot hoop with you, that ball with you, that work on your motherfucking car and shit, that sit down there and can point out and say, damn, that's a fine piece of ass nigga, why don't you go holler at that? That's my girl over there, you want me to hook you up? As long as he doing that, you cool. And then when you find out that he played for the other team, then all of a sudden hell done broke loose. No, because that's what you said. You said that's what you wanted. You said you didn't want me in your face. You didn't want me putting my business all down your motherfucking throat. You wanted me to keep it quiet in the bedroom and to myself. And I did all of those things. And you just happened to find out now you want to cause World War III. Fuck you. Fuck you and the mountain that you're trying to call that bullshit out on. Fuck it. No. Move here. Mountain move and crumble by the wayside, because I'm not having it. No again. So, having said all that, gentrification, darling, is what we're fighting for, according to that video. And there's a number of things here within the black community or the Native Americans of African descent that we are fighting for in this country, that we need to come together and remember, honey, black gay children, honey, have always been at the table. And so much so, let me do a shout out. I know this is off topic, but I got to shout this out, because for the first time in our history, we have now the first black trans man who have went mainstream, thanks to Queen Sugar, because Mr. Brian Michael is a black trans man. That means he was born female and has changed to male and living his life as a man. He has now been immortalized because he's an actor and was on the show Queen Sugar and did a hellified job. And for the first time, we have a black trans man and that part of the community with a voice, because they have been so silent. We've always known the black girls. We got Laverne Cox, we got Janet Mock, we got a number of girls out there, okay? But only thing you knew about trans men was Chaz Bono, Cher's son, okay? But now we got Brian Michael. He's the very first black trans man to come to the forefront and is in mainstream society to give the trans community their equity. Okay, and to build their equity within this culture. So you may not like it, you may disagree with it or whatever, but it is a part of life. And one of the things about life is you cannot and will not deny it, because it exists. You may not like it, but it's a part of us. So now the question is, how do we learn to live harmoniously without getting into each other's way? Because to be in harmony, honey, 1, 2, 3, you got to go 1, 2, 3. You can't go 1, 2. Okay, and hit a wrong note, because then you'll fuck up the symphony. One of the things God has given us is the ability to live harmoniously. The question is, how do you do it successfully? Okay, so now, if we're going to fight this gentrification, and we're going to fight for our communities, and we're going to fight for our voices to be heard so that they don't silence us, then we need to all understand that everybody's voice is equivalent at the table. It's all congruent, and we all have to come up with solutions in order to make this thing work. And on that, finish all of your crumpets, darling, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meach. Share this video with everybody, honey. Share it, and y'all get back with me. Let me go take care of some business, because I got to go to the doctor, get this boot off my foot. Okay, so we'll talk again real soon. I'm coming back to talk about that damn Juanita Bynum, honey. Got something for you. Ciao.